Hey guys, Crystal, I'm back on NASCHKATZE audio, and in today's video I'm gonna show you how I created King Ragnar. At least some parts of it. Let's go.
I shall not enter Odin's hall with fear.
Alright guys, I know you're here for the tutorial. So before we start this, let me tell you that the inspiration is coming from a Jord and Kash track, which called Pattern 2.0. For this reason, I bought the sample pack of Jord, and you are going to see me use a lot of samples from that sample bank. Okay, let's start with the drums. I think this track is really powerful, really banging, and it's got some unsudden moves what the crowd would not think about. Okay, let's start with the drums. I want these videos shorter, so for this reason I'm not really going to break down the drums. I'm just gonna show you the samples and some post-process, which is really important. But if you want me to make a video exclusively about drums, please tell me and I'll make a video about it. Drums. This is the kick pattern. I'm using 2 kicks. Wow, really powerful. Okay, so the kick sounds like. Not too long after I created this track, I watched the video from Chris Lake, and he told that you should boost the frequencies on the kick from 100 to 150 Hz to make them really thumpy or bumpy. In this case, I lowered some frequencies around 42 Hz because I thought these are too powerful. Let's move on with the second group. So I got these claps. This is a combination of a few claps, let me show you. I EQ'd out the low frequencies and all the frequencies I didn't need. Usually I take out all the low frequencies and I remove the frequencies which is really bothering my ear. So these are the 3 claps that working together, and time to time, few times I'm using this clap to add a rhythm to the whole group. Also here I got a groove applied. Another clap which is reversed. This is a few close heads I use. One of them is from my track Bushy, and it's playing every heartbeat. Another one. So I just layered them, stacked them up. Also an open hat. I got a top loop from Jord sample bank. Also I added a ride. Straightforward, some perks, which are toms. Also here's a percussion loop from Jord sample bank. Time to time, on every 32 bars, I use a white noise, which is really giving power to the track. And you can tell it's sidechained to the kick. Also I got a crash cymbal. These 2 are layered up. And I also use a shaker. Also I used the percussion and created a gallop loop out of it, and it's mainly in the breakdown and in the outros, maybe also in the intro. Also fill. At some parts it's layered up in another loop, which sounds like this. And a pretty simple snare loop at the end of the breakdowns. Okay, let's move forward with the bass. So the bass alone, it's a really simple sample. It's an 808 bass, and it's also coming from Jord sample bank. Let me show you the pattern. This preset sounds really good alone, but I added a few tweaks, so it sounds really good with the track. And in the next step you will see it's really following the rhythm of the bass. In the tracks you can hear that I use this instrument 2 ways. In the first drop I laid down the original idea, and in the second one I tweaked it. Let me show you the main instrument and how I took it to the next level. This is the pattern what I used. And I also used it 1 octave higher, pen to the left, and also on 2 octaves higher, pen to the right. This helps to fill out the stereo spectrum and make the sound more powerful. So the preset also comes from a Jord library. Please sponsor me. Which is this brace pump preset, and overdrive on top of it. Also added a multi-band compressor, also reverb sidechain automation, which is taken input from the original sample. After that I added this Jord stereo up rack, also a kickstart, some EQing, and on automation I used bass claps easy filter. And also let me show you the melody of the second drop, which is this. I need to freeze because the screenflow used too much RAM. Okay, I admit this is more like Ivan the Ragnar, but fuck it, it's Viking House. Actually I can play it up. It's pretty simple. Let's move forward. So when I knew I want to make a track like this, I already knew that I take inspiration from Ragnar, and I searched for a couple of YouTube videos. And this is the original.
Who wants to be king?
Bro, this is gonna be so copyrighted. So I took a sample out of this, which is this.
Who wants to be king?
And I kind of just used it and repeated it.
King! 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 King!
The sound shifter, it sounds really great, but in this video it just destroys everything. It's clipping so much. So let's create a transpose automation. You don't need this plugin for that. Click here, then, well, here just clip and transpose. So you can turn it up to, I don't know, 12 or 14 semitones.
King! 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 King!
Turn it to tones.
King! 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 King!
And I also use a printed reverse of this, which sounds like this. This is really easy to do. You just put a reverb on the original sample, reverse it, and record it, and then reverse it again. If you want me to make a video about this, I will do. Let me know in the comments. And then I also layered it up using Little Alter Boy, and these are the settings I used. Altogether sounds as this.
Wants to be king!
Okay, it's also clipping a little bit. It just thickens it up.
Wants to be king!
Why the fuck it's clipping? Okay, what else I use? I also use this string to add some tension to the track. Of course, it's pitched 2 semitones up. From here and there, I also drop this vocal. At the second part of the drop B melody, I also added this short lift, which, let me show you the original one. I added some overdrive to beef them up. I cut out the frequencies which I didn't need. Also, I added a compressor and a kickstart, which is, yeah, sidechain off, and it's doing the same job. So as you see, it's not too heavy of a post-procession, but it's really shifting the sound to another dimension. And as the FX, it's not really complicated. I used an uplifter, filter, sorry. A down filter. Also a transition, which is an uplifter and a down filter together. And before the drop, this sub kick fill. And this is the unmastered version. The final track is sounding more pumpy. Okay, so these are all the elements that I use the track. When I structured the track, I decided when to use what in which parts of the track, and I wanted to create the tension throughout the track. And at the end of the track, I wanted to be really tensionful. This is the final result.
Who wants to be king?
Alright guys, I hope this video was useful. I was Crystal here from NASCHKATZE Underground. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more, and I see you in the next one. Peace! Oh, and I also forget, this is my Ragnar impression. I'm out. I'm dead.
It gladdens me to know that Odin prepares for a feast. Soon I shall be drinking ale from curved tones. This hero that comes in the Valhalla does not lament his death. I shall not enter Odin's hall with fear. There, I shall wait for my sons to join me. And when they do, I will bask in the dares of drive. The Azir will welcome me. My death comes without apology. And I welcome the Valkyries to summon me home.
Who's doing what?